Further examination into the book of Revelation may provide clues on how Satan may lead mankind into Armageddon. It says Satan will bring to power two key allies, both men, the Antichrist and a false prophet. The text describes how these figures will help Satan deceive humanity and lead the world to annihilation. According to Revelation, Satan's plan begins when the Antichrist is first introduced onto the world stage.
And behold, a white horse, and its rider has a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went out conquering and to conquer.
According to some biblical experts, the Antichrist, the first of the notorious 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse, will falsely claim to bring peace.
It's going to be the peace that will destroy many. It says it will be made and confirmed by the one called Antichrist.
Labeling people the Antichrist, the whole concept smacks of somebody having an ulterior motive, and that is to demonize and caricature somebody. That being said, we can't discount altogether those voices that see it as something real.
Revelation describes how the Antichrist begins to consolidate his power.
And he was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation.
He is going to stir up such international problems that people will be looking for some kind of savior, some kind of messiah, somebody who will step into the scene politically, who will be able to solve the problems of the world. He'll bring war, he'll build problems, but he will bring a sense of unification.
Nostradamus, the renowned 16th century seer, also wrote of an Antichrist. In one quatrain written in 1555, Nostradamus seems to be describing the same Antichrist depicted in Revelation.
One who the infernal gods of Hannibal will cause to be reborn, terror of all mankind. Never more horror, nor the newspapers tell of worse in the past, than will come to the Romans through Babel.
Babel is the ancient name for Iraq. Iraq comes up as Mesopotamia, where a crusading army goes and loses a war. Who did Hannibal worship? He worshipped the Phoenicians. Where were they worshipped? Across North Africa and what is currently the Middle East, all the way to Persia. That means Lebanon, Israel, Syria, Iraq.
To some, this suggests the Antichrist will come from the Middle East.
One who the infernal gods of Hannibal will cause to be reborn.
The Antichrist is probably here. And this man may not even know he is the Antichrist.
Christians have to consider the reality of a possible Antichrist. However, we have to keep in mind we're dealing with apocalyptic literature. What they're trying to express is a feeling, a sentiment, and they're speaking through imagery. It's analogy, it's symbol, it's metaphor.
Even so, the ancient text of Revelation suggests another puppet of Satan must appear to prepare the way for Armageddon. The Bible calls this second evil emissary the false prophet.
He gives a man who is called his false prophet the ability to do pseudo-miracles and signs and wonders so that he deceives the nations at this point.
The description bears a superficial resemblance to some modern-day preachers, but with a key difference. Revelation describes that by performing a miracle, the false prophet will trick the world into worshiping the Antichrist, whom the text also calls the beast.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Revelation also says the false prophet will employ awesome powers.
And he performed great and miraculous signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to earth in full view of men.
He's able to call fire down from heaven. That's not something your everyday ordinary prophet can do. It has to be a venerated, respected religious figure that everybody would not suspect as being someone who could be a person of darkness or great evil.
According to Revelation, the false prophet will command everyone to take the mark of the beast.
He also forced everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on his right hand or on his forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Some interpreters who understand the Bible literally believe this scenario could be played out today using current technology. Barcodes, first implemented in grocery stores in the 1970s, are now used to track a host of items, including household pets and cattle. Could this tracking technology also be applied to human beings?
Right now we have RFID technology, which could possibly tag every single person in the world to track them and to locate them wherever they are. And we also see other technologies that might come about, such as nanotechnology, that could possibly form some of these Bible prophecies as well.
But others have a different interpretation of the Bible.
What's being expressed here, I think, is more a fear of technology and probably a very good fear of the increasing power of Big Brother, rather than something that I think is a literal understanding of the book of Revelation.
Believers in the prophecy suggest that Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet will combine their powers to finally lead humanity into World War III.
The devil will have no problem finding people. He can stir up again through his spirit whole armies, and Revelation says he will.
Will Revelation's prophecy come true, dooming most of the world's population in a final battle with Satan's army? As the hour of Armageddon approaches, the last dominoes prophesying the end times will fall. According to the Bible, the unholy trinity of the false prophet, the Antichrist, and Satan will finally concentrate their power in the Holy Land as D-Day dawns for Satan's army. Biblical prophecies describe how two forces will engage in a deadly battle for the souls of humankind. One of these forces will be led by the Bible's fallen angel, Satan, the other by the Son of God, Jesus Christ. The site of the prophesied conflict, a place called Megiddo, better known as Armageddon.